Obviously, we're bitterly disappointed. I think we did enough in the first half to win the game, but unfortunately didn't convert the chances. Obviously their goal gave them some sort of fight, and they built in confidence from there and just got stronger and stronger. I think that the heat was a little bit of an issue, without making any excuses. If I'm honest, if the girls are honest, we did enough in the first half to bury the game, put it to bed. But, I think you have to give credit to Mexico. Great hit, question whether the keeper should have saved it or not. It was a long time in the air. But, on reflection, I think, we're pleased we got a point, but disappointed we didn't win the game.
I think the way we performed in, the first half an hour, we felt that, we should have perhaps put away some more chances, created a little bit more. And even in the second half, we had chances to score some goals. So, yeah, a little bit disappointed, but we've got to pick ourselves up now and move on to the New Zealand game and obviously get a result there.
The Mexico equaliser did seem to hit the girls quite hard.
It did. Yes, it did, because it was unexpected. I think certainly we had most of the play. It certainly felt like that from the touchline, and having looked at it a bit today, we had most of the play. I think we were the better team, and I think once they scored, they got a belief, desire, and believed they could go on and win it, and then they started to push us back. We then wobbled somewhat and started to change our game plan a little bit, and then we had to try and get players back in line. We lost our way a little bit, but we have to obviously learn from that.
Did you have to lift the players in the change room after the game?
After the game, yes, I think, I had to say, look, we're all very disappointed, but we've got a point. There were lots of positives, certainly the way we played in the first half, some of the play that we've been working on this week, the things we've asked them to do, certainly in the first half, that they tried to put it into practice, and at times we played very, very well. But I think the thing is, at this level, one lapse of concentration, and the game very, very quickly turns. And as I said before, we have to learn from that and make sure, we're fully focused for 90 minutes of the game.
In 2007, the opening game of the World Cup in China, you drew with Japan 2-2. Does this kind of feel in a similar situation where nobody should lose their head over the first result and continue as planned?
Definitely. I mean, we should look at that, and obviously there's no point losing our head and being too disappointed about it. We're still in there. We're still in with a chance of qualifying, and we have to be positive and move on to the New Zealand game now. We put the Mexico. There's nothing we could do with that result, so we move on, and we know what we've got to do against New Zealand, and hopefully we can perform a little bit better and get a better result.
You mentioned the conditions yesterday. Mm-hmm. The temperature was very high.
It was ridiculous.
Did that have a big impact on the players?
Without using it as an excuse, I think all week we've been here on 8 days in Wolfsburg. The weather has been awful. It's been quite chilly. Training we've had to abandon because of thunder and lightning. And then the day of the game, the temperature shoots up to 28 degrees, and it was difficult because we didn't have that period of time to acclimatise to these conditions, and players were saying that the heat was quite stifling, which obviously Mexico, they're used to probably those conditions more than we are. And I think it showed in the latter stages of the game. We ran out of steam a bit. It was very, very hot. They were tired. But we can't use that as an excuse. We should have killed the game in the first half.
And presumably the players are now raring to go and get to Dresden and start training for the New Zealand game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've got a long bus journey ahead of us now, but today will be more about recovering and making sure everyone's sort of happy and everyone's heads are up and looking forward to it. And then tomorrow, bang, we're into it, and we'll be focusing on how we can beat New Zealand.